Yata for the sound of the bell. Mind calm, body at ease, breathing quiet, sentiment benevolent. Dharma friends sitting still in vital silence, wanting nothing, we practice eco-Buddhism together. The sound of the temple bell booms for all to cease from conflict. May the way of Buddha usher in the dawn of nonviolent global village forever. Here is the after sound of the bell. Thunder of silence, light after Dharma rain. Amoga Vairocana Mahamudra Mani Padme Jvala Pravartaya Hu.
Please stand for the chanting of the three refuges. Shishim Quinyane Shivan Sanse Chemang Chale Sanse
Shivang Samse Chemang Chale Sangju Ilshe Shivang Samse Chemang Chale Sangju Ilshe
I go for refuge to the Buddha
I go for refuge to the Buddha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
and realize the great way.
and realize the great way.
I go for refuge to the Dharma
I go for refuge to the Dharma
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will penetrate the teachings
I will penetrate the teachings
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
I go for refuge to the Sangha
I go for refuge to the Sangha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome you to our special Thanksgiving service. We'll have one this week and next Sunday also of a different nature. So I like to, Ma and I, along with Haiyun, our clergy here in Ann Arbor, will be conducting the service with Pashu, one of our residents, helping with technology, with help from Kusa in Colorado, and other people you'll see will be joining in the service. It's kind of a wordy service in a way, but all the words are pretty wonderful. So I encourage you to hang in, to breathe, to be fully present for this special service, especially this year, at a time when there is extraordinary challenge it's a time for extraordinary thanksgiving. So please come a little closer, or just make yourselves comfortable so that you can be as fully present as possible. Here's Hayun, and we're going to just seamlessly follow each other. Hopefully seamlessly.
Good morning, everyone. This is an offering from a man named Michael Saborsky from Plum Village. It is called Touching the Earth. And it gives thanks to all of the beautiful bodhisattvas and Buddhas in our life. So I just ask you to listen deeply. The one who bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore, the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice center is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere. And with my person in front of each Buddha, I go with my whole life for refuge. Offering light in the 10 directions and all across the 3 times. The Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude. Teaching and living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Sugamuni Buddha, the fully enlightened one, to whom we bow in gratitude. Cutting through ignorance, awakening our hearts and minds. Munsubosa, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude. Working mindfully and joyfully for the sake of all beings. Boyan Bosal, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude. Listening deeply and serving beings in countless ways. Wansayam Bosal, the Bodhisattva of deep compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude. Stable and persevering through realms of hells and darkness. Jijambosa, the Bodhisattva of great aspiration, to whom we bow in gratitude. Radiating light in all directions, source of life on the earth, Buddha of infinite light and life, Mahavajracana Tathagata, great Father Son, to whom we bow in gratitude. Mother of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and all beings, nourishing, holding, and healing all. Precious jewel of the cosmos, Bodhisattva Gaia, great Mother Earth, to whom we bow in gratitude. Seeds of awakening and loving kindness in children sprouts and all beings. Maitreya, the Buddha to be born, to whom we bow in gratitude. Showing the way fearlessly and compassionately, Samusunam, Dawnsunam, Hajusunam, and the stream of our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude. Our practice center is the net of Indra, reflecting all Buddhas everywhere. And with our persons in front of each Buddha, we go with our whole lives for refuge, constantly bowing in gratitude. Pass it to Mom.
Dear Dharma friends, and now we come from our great spiritual beings and ancestors down to earthly beings. So I will be reading to you the 5 earth touchings, excerpts of this chant from Plum Village. At the end of each reading, we will do 1 prostration. And so I will be doing seated prostrations today. If you wish to do 4 prostrations, full prostrations, standing prostrations, please feel free to do that. In gratitude, I bow to all generations of ancestors in my spiritual family. Let me go back. We'll start with our blood family first. In gratitude, I bow to all generations of ancestors in my blood family. I see my mother and father, whose blood and flesh and vitality are circulating in my own veins and nourishing every cell of me. Through them, I see my 4 grandparents. As a continuation of my ancestors, I bow deeply and allow their energy to flow through me. I ask my ancestors for their support, protection, and strength. And now making prostration. In gratitude, I bow to all generations of ancestors in my spiritual family. I vow to practice to transform the suffering in myself and the world, and to transmit their energy to future generations of practitioners. Making prostration. In gratitude, I bow to this land and all the ancestors who made it available. I vow to contribute my part in transforming the violence, hatred, and delusion that still lie deep in the collective consciousness of this society, so that future generations will have more safety, joy, and peace. I ask this land for its protection and support. In gratitude and compassion, I bow down and transmit my energy to those I love. I know that I am not separate from them. I am one with those I love. In understanding and compassion, I bow down to reconcile myself with all those who have made me suffer. I open my heart and send forth my energy of love and understanding to everyone who has made me suffer. I know now that these people have themselves undergone a lot of suffering, and that they're heirs, and that they are overloaded with pain, anger, and hatred. I channel my energy of love and understanding to them, and ask all my ancestors to help them. The next part of our service is the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. And I found it, which is now my favorite book, Radiant Sweetgrass, by Robin Wall Kimmerer, a Native American person. And
I would like to read some of the things she says about this address before we do it together. The Thanksgiving address is a reminder that we cannot hear too often that we human beings are not in charge of the world, but are subject to the same forces as all the rest of life. She says, for me, the cumulative impact of the Pledge of Allegiance from my time as a schoolgirl to my adulthood was a cultivation of cynicism and a sense of the nation's hypocrisy, not the pride it was meant to instill. As I grew to understand the gifts of the earth, I couldn't understand how love of country could omit recognition of the actual country itself. The only promise it requires is to a flag. What of the promises to each other and to the land? What would it be like to be raised on gratitude, to speak to the natural world as a member of the democracy of species, to raise a pledge of interdependence? No declarations of political loyalty are required, just a response to a repeated question: can we agree to be grateful for all that is given? In the Thanksgiving address, I hear respect toward all our non-human relatives, not one political entity, but to all of life. What happens to nationalism, to political boundaries, when allegiance lies with winds and waters that know no boundaries, that cannot be bought or sold? The Haudenosaunee have been recognized for centuries as masters of negotiation, for the political prowess by which they've survived against all odds. The Thanksgiving address serves the people in myriad ways, including diplomacy. Most everyone knows that the tension that squeezes your jaw before a difficult conversation or meeting that is bound to be contentious. You straighten your pile of papers more than once while the arguments you have prepared stand at attention like soldiers in your throat, ready to be deployed. But then the words that come before all else begin to flow, and you start to answer. Yes, of course, we can agree that we are grateful for Mother Earth. Yes, the same sun shines on each of us and every one of us. Yes, we are united in our respect for the trees. By the time we greet Grandmother Moon, the harsh faces have softened a bit in the gentle light of remembrance. Piece by piece, the cadence begins to eddy around the boulder of disagreement and erode the edges of the barriers between us. Yes, we can all agree that the waters are still here. Yes, we can unite our minds in gratitude for the winds. Not surprisingly, Haudenosaunee decision-making proceeds from consensus, not by vote of the majority. A decision is made only when our minds are one. Those words are a brilliant political preamble to negotiation, strong medicine for soothing partisan fervor. Imagine if our government meetings began with a Thanksgiving address. What if our leaders first found common ground before fighting over their differences? Thus speaks Robin Wall Kimmerer. Before we start the Thanksgiving address, can we just take a few slow, deep breaths? Feeling embodiment throughout our whole body, in our hearts. in our hands, in our feet. Keep breathing with full body awareness. And here is the refrain. Now our minds are one. So please say with me. I guess what I'll do is I'll do the bell, and then together, now our minds are one. Hoda Shani, Thanksgiving Address. The people. Today we have gathered and seen that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one, as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one. The Mother Earth. We are all thankful to our Mother the Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk about upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our Mother, we send greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The waters. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls and rains, mists and streams, rivers and oceans. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of water. Now our minds are one. The fish. We turn our minds to the fish life in the water. They were instructed to cleanse and purify the water. They also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful that we can still find pure water. So we turn now to the fish and send our greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The plants. And as we do this, good to visualize in your mind's eye the plants. Now we turn toward the vast fields of plant life. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our minds gathered together, we give thanks and look forward to seeing plant life for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. The food plants. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from the garden. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetables, beans, and berries have helped the people survive. Many other living things draw strength from them too. We gather all the plant foods together as one and send them a greeting of thanks. Now our minds are one. The medicine herbs. Now we turn to all the medicine herbs of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away sickness. They are always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy there are still among us those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. With one mind, we send greeting and thanks to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. Now our minds are one. The animals. We gather our minds together to send greetings and thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are honored by them when they give up their lives, so we may use their bodies as food for our people. We see them near our homes and in the deep forest. We are glad that they are still here, and we hope that it will always be so. Now our minds are one. The trees. We now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. Many people of the world use a tree as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we greet and thank all tree life. Now our minds are one. The birds. We put our minds together as one and thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them beautiful songs. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader. To all the birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The four winds. We are all thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us to bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. The thunderers. Now we turn to the west, where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We are thankful that they keep those evil things. Made by oak wizards underground. We bring our minds together as one to send greetings and thanks to our grandfathers, the Thunderers. Now our minds are one. The sun. We now send greetings and thanks to our eldest brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. The stars. We give thanks to the stars who are spread across the sky like jewelry. We see them in the night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bringing dew to the new gardens and growing things. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered together as one, we send greetings and thanks to the stars. Now our minds are one. Grandmother Moon. We put our minds together to give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She's the leader of women all over the world, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing face, we measure time. And it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our grandmother, the moon. Now our minds are one. The enlightened teachers. We gather our minds to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help throughout the ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us of the way we were instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send greeting and thanks to these caring teachers. Now our minds are one. The Creator. Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator or Great Spirit and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on this Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greeting and thanks to the Creator. Now our minds are one. Closing words. We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, it was not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each of you to send such greetings and thanks in your own way. Now our minds are one. In Braiding Sweetgrass, Robin Kimmerer shares that the children of the Haudenosaunee repeat this Thanksgiving address every day at school at the beginning of the day. If you are interested, you can read it in her book, but we also have copies here at the temple if it's something that you would like to do.
So dear Dharma friends, during our Thanksgiving service, we like to express our gratitude to the many, many volunteers that make this temple possible. We have over 70 volunteers, so we will not be naming everybody's names today, but we do want to extend our deep gratitude. And as you listen to the various roles that volunteers have, keep in mind that this is you too, because each and every one of us is part of the temple. So we'll begin with Kasun, who will be talking to us about the family program.
Hello, everyone. Such a pleasure to see you all. I am here from my home altar with Dottie the Duck and our lanterns from Peace Camp. And I just want to make a quick gratitude to everyone from the family program and Peace Camp. I'm so grateful that each of these people stepped up and contributed their love and time for the good of our Sangha and for everyone. These contributions satisfy our need for connection, a sense of belonging and support, humor and celebration, and I'm so grateful to them. In our family program leaders, we have Nojak, Saram and Julie with preschool, Mosam Sam, who leads our parents, Alex Gross, who leads our elementary and art, Shauna and Lucas, who lead team games, Hayan, Wancho, and Teresa, who lead our teen programs. We are so grateful for you all. And from our Peace Camp crew, just like Maum had mentioned, we have so many volunteers. We will make sure to add them all to the newsletter so that you can see and send your gratitude out for them. Just a few quick notes. Sue Sun ran our daily Dharma and was our lead clergy member. Hunter was from Chicago, is an up-and-coming young leader in our Sangha and ran all of our Discord, all of our tech stuff, along with Simon, Wyatt, Tiger, Lucas, and John. We had an incredible tech team helping us out. We had over 4 dozen different online Zoom and pre-recorded options during our 4-day Peace Camp this year. And Jagwa, Kusa, and Spencer did a wonderful job helping us out with that. We had a wonderful cookbook team, Wancho, Nan, Gomani, and Kat. And of course, our leadership team, Susan, Gagsang, Magamuk, Shauna, and Mosi. So again, I want to just send out our great thanks to all of you who made a beautiful Peace Camp come together over Zoom, even though we couldn't be together, and for all of those who are dedicating their time and effort each day and each month to our ongoing family program. So with that, I will pass.
It's on us.
We would like to thank advisory council members. So these are volunteers who give guidance to the temple on temple operations. They're leaders of affinity groups such as Earth and Mind, Mindful Transitions, and they meet at least quarterly together as a large group as we go through a review of the temple finances, a director's report, and all the programs of the temple. So I would like to name these individuals, each one, and then thereafter we will probably be talking about groups. So members of our advisory council: Pamiak, Peter Byers, Pomni, Jackie Dilling, Jajok, Seema Siani, Kusun, Stacey Bradley, Samoon, Vince Marshall, Ravi Datla, Scott McNeil, Rowan Liu, Pamal Michael Sullivan, and Pacho Len Jitanu. I'm sorry, Len, if I murdered your last name. But we are very grateful to all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm talking about true bodhisattvas, the unseen heroes of the temple, who are our maintenance and upkeep people. We actually have 4 buildings here. 4 buildings that need to be weatherized, 4 buildings that need repair, need electrical work, plumbing work, and amazingly enough, people in the temple just keep giving, giving, giving. So if you know plumbing or electrical work, if you would like to learn to make furniture, you're more than welcome to join this crew, this happy crew. But we are ever so grateful for those who have done so much in terms of just keeping our buildings strong, keeping our temple strong, so that soon we can all come back together again. Thank you.
You will see their names in the bulletin this coming week. So I want to thank our Dharma Guardians. These are individuals who have completed at least 3 semesters of intensive training in how to conduct rituals, in sutra study, in learning various aspects of the temple. And so our Dharma Guardian graduates are very precious to us, as are our current training students. So you will find the Dharma Guardians, some examples of ways that you see them in our Sangha are leading practice periods. So this past year, for example, we had a practice period that is just finishing on the 4 Noble Truths that has just received rave reviews. It's been so meaningful to people. And other examples would be the self-compassion workshop that was conducted in the fall. Our Dharma Guardians do prison outreach. They give Dharma talks from time to time. They have key roles in our family programs and in Peace Camp. So thank you so much to all Dharma Guardians.
Okay, landscaping. So you will recall that when this new Sangha house was built, there was nothing but barren terrain out there where there used to be a garden and where we had a backyard in the Hermitage. And so we had to start from scratch. We are so grateful to our landscaping crew. Jen and Kate have been amazing. Walt, Samoon, all of the Spencer, all of the great people who have contributed, and many of us. You will recall last fall, we built a pond out back, which is going strong and beautiful. We now have a garden, but it's really much gratitude and thanks to all who have helped us to keep this up and to build it, and we're still in progress. So if you would like to jump into a gardening role or a landscaping role, we're actually going to be changing over the woodlawn sort of strip there from grass to native plants next year. We're going to be doing more in the way of permaculture. If these are things you're interested in, please join our landscaping crew. All outside work. Obviously, we're hoping that next spring and summer we'll be all together, but it's really tremendously valuable for the temple to have many, many hands making light work. Thank you.
And I want to thank all of our volunteers who go to the prisons as part of our prison outreach program. This is so important to those who are living in some of the most challenging circumstances in our society. And the prisoners, the inmates are so grateful to the volunteers who come. They engage with the practice very deeply, and many of them take precepts and formally become Buddhists. So thank you so much to our prison volunteers.
So Maum had mentioned the latest practice period we've been having. What we have found, practice period is actually something that happens after the services, where a small group of people come together and study a sutra, study a teaching. We did one on self-compassion earlier this year. So we have a number of different topics, and led by sort of senior temple people, and they're really, really important, especially during COVID. People have found them to be a lifeline. So for all of you who have led practice periods, who have participated and done things for them, many, many thanks. Great, great gratitude from our temple.
And I want to thank the leaders of our Recovery Dharma program. We have had Recovery Dharma, I think, for almost 5 years now. It started with just a few people and has just really blossomed into a connection group that's very meaningful to those who are recovering from various types of addictions. So this group meets every single Sunday after service at noon. And if you have an interest in this, please contact the temple and I will send you the link. It's a very special group, and there's been some very, very strong leadership. And we're so grateful to the dedicated volunteers for this program.
Okay, Earth and Mind committee members. Wow, what an important committee. This is a committee that was started about 5 years ago, and each year they lead our whole Earth Day service. They coordinate our hunger walk activities in Kensington Park. There is such a dedicated group of people, and they alert us to when there's meditation-a-thon in parks for the environment and for climate change. And we're just so grateful that we have a group of people that really has their finger on the pulse of this critical issue facing all of us. So to all of our committee members, thank you.
And thank you also to the Mindful Transitions group. This group offers deep listening and empathy to anyone who is facing challenging situations and challenging transitions in their lives. We in particular look forward to being able for this group to get together in person in the future. Right now, I believe that connections are virtual. So thank you to the leaders of Mindful Transitions.
Okay, Precept Study Group. Thanks not only to our people who are the facilitators for that, but also to all who participated this year, because wow, what a year to participate. Everything was pretty much done after the first meeting remotely, but we had such a dedicated group of people taking the precepts. I think it was actually one of our largest groups ever. And then we did it all virtually. So I just want to thank everyone for sticking with it, for recognizing that even pestilence and plague will not keep us from having precepts at the Zen Buddhist temple. So thank you to all of you for your commitment.
And finally, we offer our deep gratitude to all of those who have helped us with technology this year. During COVID, this has been our lifeline. And so prior to COVID, we had no idea what a live stream was. We didn't know anything about Zoom. We didn't know anything about how to connect with one another in this new way. And also IT support includes our Facebook, authoring of our Facebook page, and the creation of our e-bulletin, which Hayun does every single week, keeps us all in touch with one another. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the IT volunteers. And now we would like to move to offerings by one of our Sangha members, Nojak, who will be leading us in the breathing song.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal Oak, Michigan here. We are very, very happy to sing Breathing by Joe Riley. And accompanying me today is my son, Gus, and my daughter, Lily. So Gus will be playing guitar and singing some harmonies, and Lily will be playing tambourine and also singing. 3, 4. Breathing in, I am alive right here. Breathing out, my mind is clear. Breathing in, my body is at ease. Breathing out, I am at peace. Breathing. Empty out your pockets, no enlightenment here. Just a pair of brown eyes and some meditation gear. It's clear we are something much more than what's sold on TV or bought in the store. We are stores of seeds, deep and wise. We are all of the oceans. Just look in your eyes, see the vastness of the sea and the elements that be flowing through you and me. Let go and be free and breathe. Breathing in, I am alive right here. Breathing out, my mind is clear. Breathing in, my body is at ease. Breathing out, I am at peace. Breathing. Be free of our perceptions, so many misconceptions and wrong notions. Didn't know we are the oceans, the waves, the rocks, the clouds. We are the water drop that's gently falling down and returning to the sky. I'm learning to ask why. We're yearning just to try to breathe. Breathing in, I am alive right here. Breathing out, my mind is clear. Breathing in, my body is at ease. Breathing out, I am at peace. are so many reasons to be happy. There are so many reasons to give thanks. There are so many reasons to be happy. To give praise. To give praise. I'm sitting in my room, I'm sweeping with my broom, I'm dancing with the moon, I will be dreaming soon, but for now I'm wide awake, sitting by the lake with some wild rice growing. It's really nice knowing who I really am, who we really are. Sometimes I can't forget when I'm driving in my car. It's time to pull over, didn't go very far. Try walking on the earth, you might think this sounds bizarre. I think it's rather funny to let go of my money and be one with the energy that flows in and around me. And so I just surround me with flowers and poetry, beautiful verses. So when my mind disperses, I remember we rehearsed this to not get caught in the cycle of birth and death. I really don't know about that, so I just follow my breath, follow my breath, follow your breath with me. Breathing in, I am alive right here, breathing out. My mind is clear, breathing in. My body is at ease, breathing out. I am at peace. Breathing. There are so many reasons to be happy. There are so many reasons to give thanks. There are so many reasons to be happy. To give praise. To give praise. Breathing in, alive right here, breathing out. My mind is clear, breathing in. My body is at ease, breathing out. I am at peace. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. And we're so grateful for everyone at the temple and all our Dharma family. And at this point, I think I'm going to hand this to Kasoon, who is going to lead us in the golden chain. But that's what I suspect. So I'm going to hand this off.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Nojak and Gus and Lily, for that amazing song. It feels so good to sing with you, even from afar. So if you have someone near you that you can hold hands with, we'll make a little chain. And if you don't, then hold hands with me in your imagination and repeat after me. The Buddha's golden chain of love. I am a link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love, which stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect those weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful deeds, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds. Knowing that on what I do now depends not only my own happiness, but also the happiness of others. May every link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong. And may we all attain perfect peace. Squeeze, squeeze. I love you all. Now back to the temple.
Okay, thank you so much, Kusun, Nojak, Lily, Gus. We are grinning from ear to ear here at the temple, and we loved singing along with you and chanting along with you. We actually held hand together, the three of us. So it was delightful. We're so appreciative. So I am back here to give announcements, and we have some exciting things coming up at the temple that we wanted to let you know about in case you wanted to participate. We would love to have you join us. The first announcement is that beginning on December 2nd, which is a Wednesday evening, we are going to be starting our participatory meditation sitting, the Wednesday evening sitting. It's going to be some meditation. It's going to be the 3 refuges and probably a little more chanting, maybe the song of meditation. And then there's going to be a Dharma discussion where it's going to be very participatory with all of us. We'll have a topic and we can all weigh in. This is an event, this is going to be weekly, every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be on our live stream and Zoom, just like you're seeing this particular service on. So we're going to be combining technology so that you can be involved too. And so it's at 6:30 every Wednesday. And yeah, it's available to beginners and advanced practitioners and everyone in between. So don't let your thinking that you have a lack of experience keep you away, because it's really something for all of us that we want to offer as an offering here from the temple. Secondly, I wanted to announce that our work practice is still happening outside. We've actually changed the time of our work practice from 9 a.m. on Saturdays to 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays. So if you feel like 3 to 5, I'm told. So if you feel like digging your hands into planting some bulbs, prepping some gardens for winter, there's still a lot to do here, and it's really rewarding work to come and just spend a couple hours in work practice here at the temple. So if you feel motivated, please come and join us. We would love to have you. The other thing I wanted to mention, very important, next week, as Haji Sunim mentioned, we're going to be having another Thanksgiving service. This one is going to be featuring you. We want you on Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, you know, this is a challenging year. Many of us are alone. Many of us are in very small groups. But what we want you to do, regardless of your home situation or where you're going to be, is to actually record on your phone or some other way just a message of gratitude to the temple. If you'd like to just have a simple message of gratitude, that's good, and greetings. Or if you want to do a poem that you think is very meaningful for this time of year, a little song like Nojak did, we want it to be very creative, and we want it to be all of us. It's nice being here with Haji Sunim and Ma'um, but we all want to include you all. So we want it to be something really special. The other last thing that I wanted to say is that we wanted to just say thanks from our warmest of our hearts for your continuing support, for your dedication to this temple. We can't wait till the time we can be with you again, but until then, your support financially and donations is so appreciated. So thank you. With that, I am going to turn it back to Haji Sunim to close this service.
can't get that song out of my mind. There are so many reasons to be happy. So many reasons to give thanks. So I'm glad you're still here. Thanks for tuning in. When you send your gratitude messages, it could be gratitude about just anything in your life that has really touched you. And just send whatever the gratitudes and the offerings are here, and our dear tech people will put them together for next Sunday. In the meantime, may this be a precious week as we bring our full attention and presence to each moment. That's how it's done, no matter how humble, how noble things may be. So, dear brothers, dear sisters, dear teachers, in the 10 directions, let's remember the 4 great vows. All beings, one body.
All beings, one body.
I vow to liberate.
I vow to liberate.
Blind passions, one root.
Blind passions, one root.
I vow to terminate.
I vow to terminate.
Dharma gates, one mind.
Dharma gates, one mind.
I vow to penetrate.
I vow to penetrate.
The great way of Buddha.
The great way of Buddha.
I vow to realize.
I vow to realize.
In the midst of everyday life.
In the midst of everyday life.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yay, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's a spirit we can carry with us everywhere. So let's do it. Yeah. Okay. If you're around this area, we're enjoying snow this morning. It's quite beautiful. Wherever you are, giving thanks.